Andrew was born in a small village. He was the only son of his parents and was raised with the belief that education was the key to success. His mother, Mama Ngozi, struggled to put him through school, selling firewood in the market and working under the scorching sun just to ensure her son had a better life. His father had passed away when he was a boy, leaving only his mother to cater to him and his younger siblings. He excelled in school, known for his intelligence and brain. But when he became a man and set out into the world to make something out of himself, life became nothing but a relentless storm. From the moment he left school and started working, nothing had ever worked in his favor. If he finds a good job today, within weeks he would be fired for reasons beyond his control. If he started a business, it would crash before it could even flourish. Even when he tried menial jobs, he still struggled to make ends meet. It was like moving from frying pan to fire. Seeing that life in the village was getting worse, he decided to move to the city to hustle, believing that maybe a change of environment would turn his luck around. Mama, I am planning to go to the city. Life here is too hard. Nothing is working for me, he said to his mother. But we don't have anyone there. Who would you stay with? Mama asked. I don't know for now, but I believe God will see me through, Andrew replied. Okay, I trust you too, my boy. Come, kneel down. Let me bless you. Soon, Andrew left for the city. But no matter what he did, his struggle only worsened. He slept under the bridge, starved for days, and begged for jobs. Yet, success remained far from him. One fateful day, Andrew heard about the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire show and decided to try his luck. After all, he had nothing to lose. With his sharp memory and intelligence, he passed the qualifying rounds and got selected for the main show. As he sat under the bright light of the studio, answering questions after questions, the audience watched in awe. By the time he reached the final question, his heart pounded in his chest. Is that your final answer? The host asked. Yes, Andrew replied with confidence. Congratulations, you have just won 100 million naira. Tears of joy streamed down his face as he held the dummy check. His suffering had finally come to an end, or so he thought. With his newfound wealth, he made sure his family in the village were okay financially and his younger siblings in school. He invested in big businesses, real estate, and other lucrative ventures. He built houses, owned fleets of cars, and even began planning to get married. But before he could enjoy his success, misfortune struck again. One by one, his businesses collapsed. A fire broke out in one of his warehouses, reducing it to ashes. His bank accounts were frozen due to fraudulent claims. His investment failed, and within a short period, he was back to square one, penniless. What kind of life is this? He cried, confused and desperate. He then confided in his neighbor, from a face me I face you apartment that he managed to secure for himself in the slum. Chike, Andrew began. I am gradually getting tired of living. My body is at the verge of giving up. This suffering is too much, my brother. I know, Chike replied. You don't even have to explain. We can all see your suffering in this compound. See, I don't have anything to give you, not even an advice, but I think I know where to take you. Tomorrow after work, we will go and see someone together, Chike whispered. He took Andrew to different spiritual leaders to find the root of his problems. Each place they visited gave the same answer. Your mother is the cause of your misfortune. Andrew was furious. Could his own mother be responsible for his suffering? How could the woman who raised him, who struggled for him, be the one destroying his life? Determined to confront her, with so much anger boiling inside of him, he returned to the village, storming into his mother's house. Mama, confess now. Confess before I chop you with this cutlass. He roared, holding a machete. Mama Ngozi, shaking with fear, denied the accusation. My son, I have done nothing to you. I have done nothing to harm you. Please believe me. Lies, he shouted. Just as he was about to strike, the villagers rushed in, restraining him. You are an ungrateful child, the elder scolded. Your mother suffered for you, and now you want to kill her because of what some people told you. Andrew, still boiling with rage, disowned his mother and left, vowing never to see her again. Someone as evil like you can never be my mother, he said. Put it at the back of your mind that you have just lost your only son, you witch. He stomped out and left for the city. Andrew was sleeping one night when he saw his mother with some bunch of old women sitting in circle, eating red meat. He could hear them praising his mother, saying, Mama Ngozi, this one is really sweet. Oh. Who knew that Andrew could be this sweet? He was shocked when he heard his name. Could that be me? He asked. He stood there shaking whilst watching the women devour the red meat. And then his mother said, he was a hard nut to crack, but then we still got him. And just like that, all the women started laughing. And then suddenly he woke up. It was a dream, he said. He sought a final solution before attempting anything new. He needed to know the truth and was still told the same thing. Your mother is the root of your problems. Go and tell her to release you. Andrew then took a goat, native chalk, and some wrappers back to the village to plead with his mother, begging her to release him from her grip. Mama, if you are truly the one holding me back, please let me go, he pleaded. But Mama Ngozi still denied it, tears rolling down her wrinkled face. My son, I am not a witch. I didn't do anything to you. Feeling helpless, he decided to just accept his fate. He then returned to the city, and his struggles continue. Months later, and he got a call from his uncle that his mother had passed on. Andrew didn't even bother. He didn't even mourn or go to the village to pay her his last respect. He just continued his business like nothing had happened. One day, while pushing a wheelbarrow for traders at a marketplace, a pastor stopped him. My son, come to church. The Lord has a revelation for you. the pastor invited. At first, he refused, but something urged him to go. During the service, the pastor called him out and reviewed everything. Your mother is the cause of your problem, the pastor said. I know, Andrew replied. I know she is a witch, but she is no more. But it's fine. I have accepted my fate, Andrew concluded. Your problem is not witchcraft, my son, the pastor said. Your mother is not a witch. Andrew's heart raised. Then what is the cause of my suffering? He asked. The pastor smiled. The curses she laid on you in anger when you provoked her as a child. That is what is working against you. Andrew was stunned. He remembered how, as a stubborn child, his mother would shout, "You will never succeed if you keep behaving this way, or you will suffer in life if you don't listen, useless boy." Those words, spoken in moments of anger, had become his reality. It is not good to curse anyone, especially your own children, the pastor continued. Words has power. It is written in the Bible that there is power in the mouth. So, brethren, be mindful of what you say. Come, kneel, let me pray for you. The pastor prayed for him, breaking the curse. For the first time in years, Andrew felt a heavy burden left from his shoulders. With renewed faith, he went back to pushing his wheelbarrow, determined to start afresh. One day, he ran into an old school friend from his village, Emeka, who was now wealthy. Andrew, is this you? Emeka exclaimed. Andrew, ashamed, tried to hide, but Emeka embraced him. You were the smartest in school. How did life treat you this way? My brother, it is a long story, Andrew replied. After hearing his story, Emeka helped him get back on his feet, giving him capital to start a business. For the first time, Andrew experienced genuine success that lasted. With his life finally in order, he decided to visit his mother's grave to ask for forgiveness. On getting there, he wept at her tombstone, regretting all the pain he had caused her. After which, Andrew decided to go visit his uncle and his siblings, and then he was surprised at what he saw. His mother was with them, alive and well. Andrew's eyes widened in shock. Mama, but they said you were dead. His mother sighed. It was a test, my son. Even if I was a witch, would you still honor me as your mother? She asked. But you failed. Andrew fell to his knee, weeping. I am sorry, mother. I was blinded by my struggles and pains. I allowed frustration to take the most of me. Please forgive me. She embraced him, saying, My son, I am not a witch, with tears rolling down her face. I know, Mama, Andrew replied, but I am free now. It was just things you said out of anger, during when I was still a boy and stubborn. The causes were what was affecting me, but it's broken. I never cursed you intentionally, and I am sorry. Words indeed has power. So for the rest of you, pointing to her children and the people around, let this be a lesson to you all. Be mindful of what you say, because there is power in the mouth. She turned and hugged Andrew tightly. The moral lesson in this story is that be mindful of the words you speak, especially in anger. Words can shape destinies. Never assume the worst about your loved ones, because Andrew nearly killed his innocent mother based on rumors. To us, this is but a story, but it's someone's reality. Put it at the back of your mind that our mouth has both life and death. I hope you love and enjoy this story. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And please subscribe. Please support our channel by subscribing, commenting, and sharing. And I hope to see you with another beautiful story next week. Bye.